Up next, we have Camila Corrêa, a dedicated educator here at EAB who embarked on a journey through the way of St. James in the span of 8 years. She will tell us how her journey to Santiago de Compostela has changed her outlooks in life, self, and also connections with others. May we all give it up to Camila Corrêa.
A pilgrimage is a long journey to a sacred place as an act of religious devotion. The one I did took place in Spain. It was almost 800 kilometers long, and it took 30 days. Around the year 820, the remains of one of Christ's apostles, St. James, Santiago Mayor, or Santiago the Elder, were found, and it was created a tomb to venerate his remains. And many people started visiting this place, which is considered sacred to many people. As most of Brazilians, I grew up in a Christian family, and I don't recall when or how, but we've always heard about it or someone who had done it. And I remember thinking, I wish I could do that someday. And it became a dream. And in pursuit of that dream, I ended up finding myself along the way. I got my job in an international school. I'm a teacher, and Brazilian schools have their holidays in December, January, and that's winter in Spain, so I wouldn't be able to do it. So I got my chance. I started planning for my trip. I booked my airplane tickets 10 months in advance and started to do my preparation. During my readings of the way, they said that it was St. James calling. I guess I heard that call. At this point, it's important to say that only I could take that call. No one else could take it for me. But it's important also to say that all through the way, people that were brought along the way, they were great masters, teachers. So, after several months of preparation, getting my gorgeous new hiking boots, going to the gym, getting my walking sticks, my fast-drying towel, pilgrim's credential, and preparing all the clothes that I would take, everything had to be very well planned. After all, I would carry them all on my back for 30 days. The day had finally came. There was no turning back, butterflies on my stomach. I had an interesting welcome, to say the least. Once I stepped foot on the town that I would start, the bells of this church rang. I took it as a good omen. I went to the church, made my prayers, bought my vieira, which is the pilgrim symbol, a shell. Off I went. I remember the feeling of the start, thrilling. So my intention of the day was to walk about 13 kilometers. It was the first day, so I had to be humble, right? So back home, I was doing about 10K in 2 hours, so I should be fine. The joke was on me. I took almost 4 hours to make 11.34 kilometers. I discovered that after some hours hiking, everything weighed double or triple. So my first lesson of the way was about to show. After some hours hiking, I was finding my pace. So I was forced to walk slowly. I couldn't fight against it. I was forced to embrace it. So after some days, I was getting used to it. Even the people that I met along the way were getting used to it. Buen camino, said the couple along the way. Spanish, older couple, about the age of my parents, Sebastian and Dolores. We were chatting along the way, and after a while, Dolores said, "Okay, I need to go. If I walk slowly, my legs hurt." I laughed, and off they went. Later that day, I was at the hostel, and during my routine, checking in, choosing my bed or bunk bed, Showering, eating, I was doing my laundry when I heard, "You made it!" And you made it well. Dolores was shocked. I guess she doubted me a little bit. Okay. After some rest, during dinner, I met the couple again. "Me and my husband were talking about you. You go tick, 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 but you make it, and you make it well." I giggle. After that, I was at peace with my pace. Another day and another pilgrim passed Buen Camino, and I was dragging myself on the way with some hills and big descents. I guess he pitied me because he entered the first shop and got a huge water bottle and offered it to me. I said, "Thanks, but I still have it here." Okay. Later that day, we met again at the hostel. "You're okay?" He seemed surprised. "You go pasito, pasito, step by step, but you make it." And that was my first big lesson of the way, finding my own pace. I remember I was at a hostel, and there was a guided meditation, and in one moment they asked us to check our heartbeat. And that beat should be our walking pace. And I found that so interesting, and it resonated with me. I found my pace. One of the wonders of the way of doing it by yourself is to acknowledging everything around you and to be self-aware. But on the other way, it's really nice to meet other people. Buen Camino was the starter of our conversation or just to pass by, but usually people would start into conversation, even the non-Spanish or non-English speakers. I remember one day I was leaving a church and I asked an Italian lady to take a picture of me. She was with a big group and they were starting the way by that point. She told me I was really brave to do it by myself. Okay, off they went. I was on my way and another lady wished me buen camino. Off I went. And she told me, "You're brave doing it by yourself and on that heat." I remember thinking, what's the surprise? So many people do it by themselves. I'm just another one. Just another one. Okay, on the second half of the path, new challenges began. I remember I woke up early as usual. I was preparing my bag. I was about to leave when I heard, "It's pouring outside." Well, I guess it would be more exciting, I thought. So I took off my raincoat, put on the poncho to protect my back, and off I went. I remember it was a thin rain, so it wasn't that bad. But after some steps, the rain was really heavy. So I had to keep my head down so the water wouldn't go in the hood. And I couldn't see anything. It was dark, about 5 a.m. So I could only see the following step. I wasn't afraid. In fact, that's another thing that was reinforced on the way, my faith. I knew I wasn't alone. I never felt like that. And was the only thing I could count on by that time because I couldn't see the arrows that lead the way. So I went on. And finally, after the sun rose, I heard some steps behind me. "Hola, gotta get a little rain," said Sebastian, followed by Dolores. "You're so bold," said Dolores. "You live in the dark under the rain by yourself." For the first time, I replied, "I am." I don't know about you guys, but I found it really hard to accept a compliment. "You're brave." "No, I'm not. Look at how many people are here. I'm just one more." "You look nice. This old thing. You're beautiful, but I have to lose weight." I don't know if it comes from a place that values modesty or because society makes us believe that we're never enough or need to find improvement. But after hearing so many times that I was brave, I finally absorbed it. And when Dolores said it, without hesitation, I finally said, I am. Simple like that. I never saw the couple again. They had no idea the impact they caused on my life. In fact, that's another wonder of the way, the people. I remember going to my destination of the day. I just had to go through this big city. I was passing by this huge university when out of the blue my feet started hurting. So I decided to take a break, a short one, because I couldn't let my body cool down, otherwise I wouldn't be able to continue. So I stopped, massaged my feet, put my boots back on, and continued. A few meters later, I couldn't go on anymore. So I took off my boots, put on my sandals, and continued. Another Spanish pilgrim passed by, buen camino, yeah. So, dragging myself on the way, with much struggle, I got to my destination. The same pilgrim was there. You made it! I heard that a lot. But this time was different. It was really hard. When I got to the hostel, I burst into tears. It was really, really difficult. For the first time, I thought I wouldn't be able to finish the way. So the hospitalera, the lady that takes care of the hostel, she gently prepared the salty water so I could soak in my feet. And the pilgrim told me, it's your boots. Get rid of them. What? My cool hiking boots? Get rid of them. So I went to bed earlier than usual. I was really emotional that day. The next day, I woke up. I didn't wear the boots. I took the laces off, tied them into my sandals so they could hold my ankles. Off I went. I was really reflective that day, but thankful for the previous day. I really believe that the right people are brought to our path for a reason. First, the hospitalera, she was really kind to do me the salty water, and then the Spanish pilgrim. If it wasn't for him, I would never think that my boots were holding me back. The next day, I was even walking better, even faster, if that would be possible. But I was thankful for them and everything that I've been through. And on the top of the hill, after the sun rose, I was really grateful for everything and feeling really emotional. And I think that the surroundings were sharing the same feeling as I was, because first I saw a wild deer hopping through the fields, then a wild bunny jumping along the way. I just raised my hands and gave thanks. I had overcome a really bad day, and it was really nice. People I met on the way had taught me many things. They taught me to listen to their advice and accept compliments. They taught me when to stop and listen to my body, and they taught me who I am. One of the preachers I heard was, the pilgrimage is not about hiking. It's not about exercising your body. It's about acknowledging everything around you, admiring nature, finding your pace, and meeting people. So I finally made it to Santiago de Compostela. I must admit that I thought I would be very emotional getting there. But I had the same feeling as usual, nothing special, you know? I went to the church, it was great, of course, but nothing special. When I left the church, I started meeting the people I met along the way. There were the special moments. I remembered all the conversations we had along the way, the sharings of fears and dreams we had, and to see now that we all have made it, that's when I realized it's really not about the destination, but it's all about the journey. And my journey has taught me so many things. It taught me to listen to my heart and find my own pace. It taught me to be receptive to other people and accept compliments. And most of all, it taught me who I am. If I can give you some advice, it would be to listen to your hearts, to find your own pace, be receptive to other people. They can be great masters, and embrace who you are. I'm sure you will be amazed by who you truly are. I hope you have lots of fun in the process. Buen camino. Thank you.
That really makes me want to lace up my boots, pack my backpack, and go on the Camino, right? Thank you again, Miss Camila.